Hi everyone, it's Rebecca here at Mindstone. Just wanted to check in. I noticed that my last video said that we were going to start this week with our first topic, which I'm really excited to share with you. It is the long weekend, so we have a lot to be grateful for, and that's exactly what our topic is this week, which is gratitude. So I'm very excited to talk about gratitude. It's one of the most powerful ways to stay healthy and happy in your life, and it's one of those things that we take for granted. There's a lot of moments where we know that, living in North America, we have a lot to be grateful for. We've luckily live in a democratic society. We are very blessed to have our families, if we have families, of course. Most of us do, thank goodness. Some form of family relationship. A lot of us have friends. A lot of us have the ability to actually go out at night and be safe. As women, we have the right to go to school, so we can be thankful for that. We can be thankful for so many things in our life that a lot of the people in this world really have no access to. We have access to food, we have access to water, we have access to hospitals, we have human rights. We live in a country that isn't ridden with war and poverty, so we have a lot to be grateful for. A lot of the time, being grateful can mean having gratitude for small things too. So I know that when I was going through my depression, my sister actually gave me a really great book called The Book of Awesome, and it talked about the very minutiae things that we have in our lives that we can be grateful for. So everything from, hitting your pillow at the end of the night to freshly baked cookies in the oven to waking up to a wonderful sunrise, all of these little things that we can really take notice of will really impact our health. If you're dealing with depression, everything looks dark and you can't enjoy anything. I know that I felt that way, and I noticed that as soon as I started to take notice of everything that I did have, it made the picture of my life a lot brighter. There's also a lot of research behind gratitude and how it impacts our health and our happiness. For example, Professor Robert Emmons, professor of psychology at the University of California, he put out a book called Gratitude Works. He talks about how it strengthens relationships. He mentions that there are some long-term effects to this as well. So he talks about, according to research, it lowers blood pressure. There's a stronger immune system. People who are grateful, and actually, when I say grateful, I mean that they actually report this gratitude. So they're not only just saying, hey, it's great that I have a car, and it's great that I have a home, and it's great that I have all these things. But we're not actually being super conscious about it. We're not documenting it. We're not putting it somewhere where we can look at it again. And that's why a lot of these really big actors and actresses and celebrities and scholars are all doing what's called a gratitude journal, which I actually started myself as well. I wanted to try it out. And I noticed, hi, Sam. Thank you for everyone that's joined so far. Linda, Sam, Philip, Rachel. Anyway, I wanted to give a shout out. Thanks for joining me, of course. But definitely being grateful not only gives us long-term effects. So I mentioned earlier about having lower blood pressure, better sleep, stronger immune system, fewer bouts of a depression. There's even been research. I'm looking here on this magazine that I found that I love, called The Science of Happiness by Time Magazine. There's chock full of amazing articles with a million references from multiple psychologists around the country and in the States who really research what it means to be happy, what that means, and what contributes to full happiness. Gratitude is a huge one. So they said research that people who do routinely keep gratitude journals are 25% happier than those who don't. So this could be a notebook once a month. I actually do it nightly. I challenge myself to think of 10 things that I'm grateful for on a nightly basis. The big power here with gratitude journals that I found is that the more specific you are to the day, the more impactful it is. So, for example, this long weekend, I would love to challenge any of you watching to think about 10 things that you're specifically grateful for from this long weekend. It could be anything from, hey, guess what? I had an extra day off work and I'm super grateful for that. I got a chance to rest. I got a chance to nap. I got a chance to see my family, my friends. But I noticed that definitely being specific really, really helps because it makes you keep notice to all the positive things that you encounter on a daily basis. And that not only strengthens you and your mental health, but it also really positively affects your relationships. Overall, when you're happy and you're grateful for not only the things that you have in your life, but also the people you have in your life, you also show a lot more appreciation for those people. And then it shows, and it comes out in your thoughts, it comes out in your behavior towards them. And it's usually well received. So not only does it affect your positive mental health, but it also really affects the positive mental health of the people that you love and surround yourself with on a regular basis. So definitely something to think about. I would really, really love to hear what everybody here is grateful for. We do have a lot to be grateful for. And even if the world seems black and we can't enjoy anything, I know that when I was in depression, I knew that I had so much to be grateful for, and it made me feel guilty that I couldn't enjoy any of it. And that's the reality of depression. We always feel like, maybe we have so many amazing things. I mean, there's, actors and, for example, Kate Spade. I mean, she had an amazing career. She was ambitious. She had so much going on for her. And she still wanted to end her life. And that just goes to show that, life isn't about what you have. It's about what you appreciate and what you can have enjoyment from. Because you can have everything and still be depressed. And that's why gratitude to me is basically like being in a hole. And every time we feel grateful for something, it's like taking one step at a time out of that hole. And once we get out of that hole, our whole world is right there in front of us. We can finally see how amazing our lives are with our own two eyes. But we have to get out of that hole. And the first step to getting out of that hole is making steps to really document everything that we're grateful for. Everything that we've been blessed with, from our homes to our family, to the very fact that we even have eyes, that we even have mouths, that we even have ears, that we can actually experience the world, is a blessing. And you'll find that the more you document what you're grateful for, you'll notice that there's actually hundreds of things that we can be grateful for. Everything from, material to non-material, to spiritual to non-spiritual, to physical to emotional. There's a million things to be grateful for. So my challenge to you today is share with me what you're grateful for this long weekend. Something that happened, something, maybe it's a person that you haven't seen in a long time that you're really grateful is in your life. Maybe it's the simple fact that you got an extra day off work. Whatever it is, share it with me. Let's really share with each other, because a lot of the time we can be grateful for the same things, and mutual gratitude is actually extremely positive, and really lightens up the world. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this long weekend has treated you well. And like I said, even if it hasn't, I still challenge you to document some things that you can be grateful for. I'm sure you have lots. It may be challenging at first, but it gets easier and easier the more you do it. And you'll see that the more you take notice of this gratefulness and this gratitude, things will start looking a lot brighter. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll be talking about gratitude throughout the week. We'll be talking a little bit about mindfulness, because it's a big contributor to gratitude. They both kind of work hand in hand. When you're in the present moment, you tend to appreciate things more. So that's a really big piece of it as well. And then, of course, spoiler alert, the next topic that we'll be speaking about next week will be self-love. So first step is appreciating the world and what you have. And then, of course, the next step is self-love, where you can actually take in the fact that not only do you have an amazing life already, but that you actually deserve this amazing life that's been bestowed upon you. So we'll be discussing that next week. If you have any questions or if you'd like to share, I really want to hear from you what you guys are grateful for. So please leave a comment with this video about what you're grateful for. And that's it. So have a really great week. I am definitely grateful for all my listeners. So thank you so much, Linda, Sam, Philip, Hallie, Justin, all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. There will be many more videos to come. I hope that they are a positive influence on you, and I hope that you carry out this week with gratitude. So thank you so much. Have an excellent week, and have an amazing week from Mindstone. All the best.